I think particularly McKee, and for you, Kelly, in your industries and in your area of expertise, what would you say to someone who's mid-career level and things are evolving and changing? How have you, Kelly, stayed relevant? And then McKee, I would say, how do you put in, I guess, some financial protection for dealing with those changes?
So I would say, because that's literally exactly what I did, right? I've been in automotive 13 years, and then I decided, well, 11 years when I decided to go off on my own. So I leverage social media. So I think you can't be, it's not that you can't, it would behoove us to be on or ahead of the curve and not behind it. It's harder to play catch up. It is way harder to play catch up because you got to run a lot faster. You ever watch track and field and you watch this person who maybe misstepped, and they now they have to run twice as hard to catch up with everybody else, and then there's the person who hit it as soon as the gun went off and they're off to the races. You want to be that person, right? You want to be the person who you heard the gun cock and you heard the boom and you were off. When it comes to things like AI, chat GPT, social media, social selling, we're now in a we've always been in a global economy. However, I think now as Black women, we're accepting and understanding more that our brand, our niche, our talents, whatever it is that we have, is not just here in America, and other people can benefit from our knowledge, our wherewithal, our services, products globally.
So again, I always go back to basics, right? Sometimes in my field, with financial planning, it can kind of be seen as the person that ruins the party. But everyone is not going to be J.K. Rowling that, comes up with this great idea and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're a billionaire, right? So it's plan, 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 especially as women, especially as Black women. A lot of us tend to be single moms, right? Single parents. Even the divorce rate is high. So I always counsel women, especially, we tend not to invest. We tend not to save. A current trend right now is he needs to pay all the bills. Well, sis, what are you doing with that money? Because if you need to pivot, you need that little cushion, right? So I just tell people to stick to the basics. If you think that you are going to make a jump, right? You need to make sure that not only your landing is secure, but your foundation from which you're leaping is secure.